is how the men's hockey team in the US made everyone fall in love with them and then immediately hate their guts.
Welcome back to the channel. Today's video explores the intense discussions about the US men's hockey team after their meeting with President Trump. What should have been a typical championship appearance has sparked a viral debate on the internet. Fans, critics, and creators are all sharing their thoughts. Some people believe athletes should steer clear of politics. Others say that making an appearance sends a message, whether intended or not. Social media, as usual, reacted loudly, emotionally, and continuously. In this video, we'll look at the most notable reactions and commentary that's gaining attention, and the different views driving the backlash. Grab a snack, settle in, and let's see what the internet has to say. If you enjoy videos about viral moments and trending debates, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's jump right in.
The entire nation just fell in love with the men's hockey team just for that same nation to then immediately hate their guts. I've never seen anything like it before. USA men's hockey team won the gold medal, and then whenever they went to take their group picture, they went and took two kids out of the audience, and it was their teammate who died before he got to be in the Olympics. We all cried. Then, after taking this picture that literally made, I think, the whole world fall in love with this group of men, these men then apparently did something that was unforgivable. Hung out with Trump. Not that that's the president, guys. Of course, you just won the USA Olympics. You're excited. Talking like right after this, they are then laughing with Trump about the women's hockey team. Not because they're not winning, because they are. They're laughing at the women's hockey team for being women. Some people are gonna be like, guys, this isn't enough to make me hate them. I really loved what they did. It was the sweetest, most considerate thing. Especially when you find out that late teammates, like his whole family went to support the team he didn't get to compete in the Olympics with. They were all there when this team went and got his kids to take that picture for winning the gold medal. But it gets worse, because then the whole men's hockey team parties with this guy. I don't know if you know him. You can look him up. An entire nation does not like this man right now. If you know who this man is, this whole thing is kind of ironic, because we just fell in love with the men's hockey team because of the love and respect to family and kids and honoring someone who died in a horrifically sad way. Just for them to go party with a man who is actively protecting people who hurt children, women, and people who allegedly had something to do with people no longer being here in sad and horrific ways. That is how the men's hockey team in the US made everyone fall in love with them and then immediately hate their guts.
By now, you've all heard the sexist joke Trump made in the men's locker room after Team USA won gold. This video is not about the joke. It's not even a criticism of Trump. This video is about the behavior of boys and men when they hear a sexist joke. The women's hockey team has won 8 medals in 8 Olympic tournaments. 3 gold, 4 silver, 1 bronze. That means the U.S. women's team has medaled every time they've competed in the Olympics since the sport began. Their invitation should not be an afterthought. It is not a courtesy. It's not funny. So why did it land like a punchline? Because this is not about hockey. It's about what we teach men and boys about who counts. Laughter is not neutral. When a joke lands and a room laughs, that laughter is a lesson. It signals what is acceptable. And we've been here before. In 2016, Trump was recorded saying that when you are famous, you can grab women by a certain part of their body. Billy Bush was in that conversation. He laughed. He said nothing. And when the tape leaked, Billy Bush lost his career because laughing was enough to make you responsible. When Trump said, "Quiet, piggy," to a female reporter, and every man in that room stayed silent, that silence was a lesson too. The men in that hockey locker room did not know that they were being filmed. Billy Bush did not know he was being recorded, and that matters. The best way to judge someone's character is to look at how they behave when they think nobody is watching. 2 players pushed back on that phone call. I could hear one say, "Absolutely." Another said, 2 for 2. I am proud of those 2. But until we raise boys and men who sound more like those 2 voices, women athletes will keep being treated as the punchline after the real celebration is over. And you don't need a platform to change this. You just need to be in the room. Next time a joke like that lands, say one sentence. Come on, of course they should be there. They have more medals than we do. That is the whole intervention. Laughter is a vote. Make sure yours is one you can be proud of. And remember, in Canada, we don't call it men's hockey. We just call it hockey.
The USA men's hockey team is disgusting. Yeah, we're excited. Everything is so political. We're athletes. You guys answered a call from a and yucked it up. Then when he made fun of the USA women's hockey team, you guys just laughed along with it. You guys were celebrating with the head of the FBI, who is actively dismissing, destroying, and hiding evidence of the most horrific government cover-up of all time. Lastly, you guys are invited to the State of the Union in the White House, and all of you except for 5 went. The ones with a backbone. Where the rest of you are proud to be seen hanging out with the President of the United States who children. People are so negative out there, and they're just trying to find a reason to put people down and make something out of almost nothing. Out of almost nothing? Associating with a who is destroying the United States of America is not almost nothing. It's anti-American and anti-America. What a disappointment from a majority of the USA men's hockey team. Choosing to be buddy-buddy with the United States.
The USA men's hockey team won the Olympic gold medal. And as a Canadian, obviously that hurt. But for me, as soon as that goal went in, I was like, great, Trump is going to make this his moment. Little did I know that USA Hockey would be the ones really facilitating this. After they won, the FBI director, Kash Patel, was in the dressing room celebrating with them, drinking beers. It was just really disturbing to see that, and like players posting like selfie videos. And then we all saw the phone call. Donald Trump called the USA Hockey team, and you see them all just gathered around the phone and hanging off every word and laughing at the mention that Donald Trump would have to invite the women's team as well. Playing women's hockey and knowing the dedication that these athletes put into their careers, and to be mocked and laughed at like that. There's people in that room, we all heard it. The laughter is still like echoing through my mind. Like, it honestly makes me a bit weepy. But in that moment, there was no allies in that room. Allies speak up behind closed doors, and allies say, no, we're not going to participate in this. We're not going to laugh along with a bully. We're going to stand up for our female counterparts. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. It would have been a great moment for the USA men's hockey team to just say, like, we're horrified by this. We're so sorry. Like, just an apology, just something. But then we see the Hughes brothers really doubling down and painting themselves as the victims. One of the quotes that just like, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people? So one of the quotes from Jack Hughes is, everything is so political. People are so negative out there, and they're trying to find a reason to put people down and make something out of almost nothing. If you want to keep politics out of sports, you don't invite the FBI director into your locker room. I think there's this quote that's like, it's really easy to be apolitical or non-political when it doesn't affect you. I'm so tired of screaming into the void why people should care about other humans. It's so easy to be like, everything's political. We don't need to be political in this moment, when you were a white, straight, wealthy, cis man. There are immigrants. There are trans people, the LGBTQ plus community, women that are all being deeply impacted by the political landscape in the USA. I'm not saying that athletes need to speak up on this. I would love it. It would be amazing. Just do not bring this bullshit into the sport and wonder why people are mad at you. Don't go on national television and get your mom to talk about how good of a man you are. And it is so disheartening, but it's really great to see that the USA women's hockey team is not going to the White House. That's a plus. But yeah, I'm angry, I'm upset, and I just needed to share that. Okay, goodbye.
And this is why I don't trust men. Okay, because every time I root for they ass, they do something to ruin it. Let's talk about the US men's hockey team and what the hell is going down with them. Okay, if you don't recognize this toothless guy behind me, all right, girl, you're gonna have to follow me because this story is tea as fuck. So Tate McRae's rumored boyfriend is Jack Hughes. He is a hockey player, and he was like the hero of the gold medal game. If you wanna go watch the highlights, go watch the highlights. We're not talking about that right now. He was the hero of the game. He lost his tooth. People were posting the photo everywhere. That shit hard as fuck. I was feeling real patriotic after they won, and I was like, okay, Tate. But ironically, Miss Tate was under fire herself at the beginning of the Olympics because she did an ad talking about, I'm going to meet Team USA, basically seemingly rooting for and promoting Team USA, obviously for a check, but she's infamously Canadian. So the Canadians were all in the comments like, Bieber would never do this to us. Ho, is you cool? You're Canadian. Why are you repping Team USA so hard? So it doesn't help her case that her man was the one to break the hearts of Canadians everywhere in the gold medal game and win the USA our first gold medal in men's ice hockey in 46 years. The women's team also won a gold medal, and they've actually medaled every single year since the sport was introduced. So the whole drought thing the men have experienced, yeah, I don't know her. And it was also really historic because Layla Edwards was the first Black American to medal in hockey ever during Black History Month. So this should be a huge historic moment for America, right? After winning gold, these men go back to the locker room and party with the FBI director and FaceTime Trump, where Trump makes a very disrespectful joke about the women's team being like, oh, I have to invite those bitches to the White House too. That's not what he said, but that's really how it felt. And the men erupted in laughter. And when I first heard about this video, I was like, okay, maybe it was like a nervous laugh. Like they're talking to the president, they don't want to be disrespectful, and they're just like, this is awkward. No, they erupted in laughter like it was the funniest thing they've ever heard in their lives. The women's team ended up respectfully declining Trump's invitation, saying that they were too busy. And of course, the president of the United States, the leader of the free world, right, posts a video of himself to social media as an AI-generated hockey player. You can't make this shit up. Knocking Canadian hockey players to the ground. Like, Jack Hughes gets asked about the situation. He gives this answer about how he's so patriotic and so excited to go see the president, and how everyone makes everything so political. And everyone's just trying to make things negative. And it's all social media noise. And they love the women's team. I watched the video to see if maybe like I was taking it out of context. I don't understand why he didn't just apologize. Like, I know you didn't make the joke, but just say, you know what? I would never want to make a joke at the women's team's expense. We're so proud of them, and I'm sorry if it came across that. You're gaslighting the public and saying we are trying to be. Why would we try to do that? Like, what do I gain as the public from causing a rift between the men's and women's ice hockey teams of the USA? Like, I guess I'm being gaslit.